Good afternoon, everyone. This is Damien at Team Micro. I hope you're well. Just a real quick topic for today. I want to talk about saying no, about turning customers away, about not doing the right type of business. And this is a real big thing. Every business has this challenge. Not every customer is the right customer. And I think we get so caught up in the pursuit of customers, the pursuit of bookings, that actually what we need to do is remember that our job as business owners is to get the right kind of business. Not every customer is for us, and we shouldn't try and take every customer. That's bad business. It's a really challenging skill to learn, especially when you've got bills to pay and you're trying to build the company, and somebody's in front of you. They may have come in for a consultation. They've got money in their hand and they want to book with you. Turning that customer away is really, really hard, but it's an essential skill that every technician has to learn, because if they don't, they'll pay the price later. And we practice what we preach here at Team Micro too. I mean, we turn customers down. I won't say we do it all the time, but it's fairly often. We turn potential advertisers away because their work isn't good. We've refused bookings for our Meetings of Minds conference before. We've refused to supply products to customers from our store when it turned out that they weren't trained to use them, or there was one particular case where the customer wanted to use the products on themselves. They weren't a technician at all. So these things do come up, and it's really important to understand when to say no. A lot of this comes down to gut feeling, but in my mind, there are three main reasons why you would want to turn away a customer. So the first reason is because what the customer requires is outside of your ability to deliver. Okay, so at the time of speaking, Renee from the dermatography clinic in London has posted a photograph of a client with a very, very challenging skin condition. And now the vast majority of SMP techs would really struggle to know what to do. And when you look through the comments, there's a ton of different suggestions, all of which are very varied, one from the other, and some of them may work, some of them may not, but no one really knows, and it kind of just goes to show the complexity of that particular case. And you guys as technicians will get these people through all the time. Should a brand new SMP artist take on a client with alopecia areata? Probably not. Should a client who has darker skin be accepted by a technician who doesn't work on dark skin, has never worked on dark skin before? Well, absolutely, they've only got to learn one way, but if there are any extenuating circumstances that make the treatment more difficult, then maybe not. Maybe that's where help needs to be sought. So sometimes if a customer is outside of your scope of ability, it's worth taking the customer on because you only learn one way, right? But it's a judgment call, and there will be times where you just have to say, look, I'm not the best technician for you based on what you need. The second reason you might want to say no to a customer, and this is a really common one, is pricing. So when the customer starts to drive the price down and down, they're negotiating with you to a point where you reach a rate that just isn't sustainable for you anymore. And you have to bear in mind that it's not just the cost of delivering a procedure. You've got all of the aftercare, your time, the emails, the consultation, any guarantee. You've got credit card processing charges, insurance, everything else that goes with it. As well as obviously your profit and payback for your investment in training and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes the customer will want to negotiate, and that's fine, but you'll get to a point where it's just not worth taking the customer on anymore. And sometimes as well, you'll find that the customers that fight the hardest on price are also the ones that are the hardest to please. There's so many cases like that prove the point. So sometimes price will be a reason to say no. The third reason is, for whatever reason you have red flagged that customer. You have identified somebody who could be challenging, difficult, argumentative, someone who has unreasonable expectations, somebody who's never likely to be happy, and you can pick that up from the language that they use quite often. If you're the third technician they've been to and they've had procedures in 2 other places and they're not happy, unless they've been really unlucky and chosen 2 really inexperienced or unskilled technicians, there's a really good chance that they're not going to be happy with what you do for them too. And bearing in mind, sometimes you don't want to take on another artist's mistakes anyway. It leaves you in a difficult position. So sometimes the customer will just give you a bad vibe, and you'll need to make a decision as to whether you want that customer in your life or not, because they're not just there for the day of the procedure. They're there for their top-ups, the second or third procedures, their top-ups. They're there for their for any guarantee period, and they'll be on your case pretty much forever. So anyway, that concludes the video. The bottom line is that there is a time and a place to say no to a customer. Learn when that time is. It takes a little bit of practice and a bit of experience, but it's a really valuable skill. Any comments, any questions, post them below. Cheers, guys.